What's up, y'all? Welcome to Dr. Divine Roots Tarot. I am the Queen of Tarot, back with another message from the other side. I am the High Priestess, the Supreme Witch, the Divine Feminine, God's only chosen reader. Don't you forget that. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video, and turn on the notifications, okay? So let's jump in. If you are ready to heal your inner child, the links to my products are in the description below, okay? We are in this love again, okay? So I am being forced to read on love because there are some people out there who need some encouraging words in regards to their love situation and some guidance. So in this situation, you are not being you, okay? You're trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. You need to be yourself, okay? You just need to be yourself in this situation. All right, you feel unloved. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. Okay, so if you don't have emotional support in your situation, that's a red flag. All right, emotional support is one of the foundations of a healthy relationship. One of the most important things when it comes to having a healthy relationship. All right, you have to feel heard in your relationship. You have to feel like you are supported emotionally. All right, this is why people are closed off when it comes to talking and, cutting through the differences. You know what I'm saying? And, being able to be on one accord is because there are so many people who are unhealed and are emotionally imbalanced. And, the fact that they don't know how to emotionally support themselves because they are unhealed is the big reason why they don't know how to emotionally support you. So in any situation, in any relationship, there needs to be emotional stability and emotional support. So you need to feel loved in your situation. If you don't feel loved, that goes back to the reading I just did. You need to feel it, okay? So you need to feel it. You can say it, saying it, and feeling it are two different things, okay? Comparison is here, okay? Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are, all right? So you need to stop comparing your new love to your old love. That lets you know more that you are not healed from your old love. That lets you know that you are missing things in that old love that you aren't getting in this new love, okay? You're not healed from that old love. And if you're not healed from that old love, that means you don't need to be in no new love situation. You need to give yourself time to heal, okay? And everybody's healing process is different. Everybody's healing takes, however much time it takes. It took me it took me a long time to completely heal, but I've just learned from my last relationship that, you don't need to be jumping from one dude to the next before you're healed from the other one, okay? Because then you will attract that same type of person that you have not healed from. So stop comparing, all right, your new person to your old person. And actually, if you're comparing, like I said, you're not healed, you need to separate from this new person and, go heal, okay? You need to go within, okay? Not talking. These are some of the blockages. Again, we're in the blockage deck. The blockage deck, what's blocking you. So not talking, you aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel, okay? So open up, be verbal about it. Even if it hurts you, if it hurts them, regardless of who it hurts and how it hurts them, at least you aren't hurting you, okay? Because the worst thing you want to do in any relationship, any situationship, is hurt yourself to please somebody else. That is a negative, because then you're neglecting yourself. Then you are showing yourself that you don't love yourself, that you don't care about yourself. All right. We as people in today's world, we got to get comfortable with making people uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to benefit me for you to be uncomfortable, then I don't give a fuck about you being uncomfortable, because I matter. Like, you know, it's going to be better for me than it is for you. You never want to be in a situation where you are doing more to make someone else happy than you are for yourself. At the end of the day, whatever decision you make, however you plan on moving forward in a situation, you always want to put your needs first, and that's okay. And fuck who don't like it, period. Okay. Heavy on confusion. So the fact that you aren't communicating how you really feel and being clear about that, it's creating confusion in your situation. Okay. And this is you comparing your new person to your old person. That's creating confusion. Okay. Because then you're inflicting more hurt and pain onto that new person, because now they're comparing themselves to the other person, and they're feeling unloved, and they're feeling like they're never going to be good enough. So y'all need to separate. This situation right here is not a healthy situation. Y'all need to separate, and both of y'all need to heal. But it is causing confusion. All right. You don't know what you want. You need clarity before you get involved. Okay. So you see all these swirling things around her head on there. This is confusion. This everything, these are your thoughts in your head. They're everywhere. They're jumbled up. How can you make a clear, conscious decision if shit is everywhere? If you're everywhere, you know? You really need to take some time to yourself and get some clarity, and, you know, really go within and be sure about what you're feeling. Be sure about how you want to move forward, and let the people around you know, like I said, whether it hurts them or not. You know, don't care about their feelings. I mean, care about their feelings, but don't care about their feelings more than you care about yours. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you got to take care of you. Okay? If you run around here taking care of everybody else and not taking care of you, who gonna take care of you? That's all I'm saying. They obviously ain't taking care of you because you don't feel loved. All right? You steady comparing them to your old person. All right? You're not talking to them. You're not communicating with them. Okay? You're confused because you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, and you're afraid to say it. Say it. Put your big boy pants on and say it. Just say it. And fuck who it's gonna hurt. If you gotta send it through a text message or an email, let it out. Just let it out. Embrace yourself for whatever comes next, you know? Be honest about it. But if you're in a situation where you feel like you need to get some distance between you and that person before you communicate that, then all means, you know, take the precautions that you need to take in that situation. You know, because I don't know if you're dealing with somebody crazy or what, you know what I'm saying? They might flip out or whatever. Get you some space in between y'all, and, you know, put your ducks in a row, and then say what you need to say. Okay? Indecision. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. All right? There's a lot of indecision in this situation. You're scared to fuck up. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Mistakes help us grow. And I don't like to call them mistakes. I like to call them, you know, lessons. Instead of saying, you know, the things that you do that aren't 100% to your liking, they're lessons. These are, you're not doing it. I don't know. I'm trying to find the way to put this. There's still something you need to learn. And while you're learning, it's normal for you to not get it all the way right. Like if this is my first time playing a game of basketball, I'm not going to go to the NBA tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I have to practice. Okay, you have to practice to learn new skills. So if the skill that you're learning is, how to open up and how to express your feelings, give yourself some grace and stop being so hard on yourself. Okay? And don't be afraid to fuck up. We all fuck up. We're human. That's what we're here to, fuck up. And, when we fuck up, learn something from it. If you don't learn something from it, you're going to keep doing that same fuck up on repeat. But it's when you actually learn what you need to learn from it, when you don't fuck up no more. Like, I can't tell you how much money I fucked up before I learned, okay, I need to save some money. For years, I was fucking up money until I actually, started getting conscious about what I was doing. And, I started making more conscious decisions. Like, okay, maybe I don't need this right now. And then I started separating my needs from my wants. And then now my wants are on the back burner somewhere. And sometimes I have to fight with it because I still be wanting to go for my wants because it was learned behavior. I would tend to get more of what I wanted versus what I needed. But now I done been so broke before that my wants, they can sit in the back for a little while until, all the needs is taken care of. I'm now at a point in my life where I want to save some money. So it's different now. I don't want to spend everything that I got because I might need this shit for a rainy day. I done had a lot of rainy days where I ain't had nothing. So I had to keep feeling what it felt like to not have no money when I was fucking up money, when I had the money, because God was trying to show me you need to save some money. But I got it now. Now, I don't want to be broke no more. I want to at least have a couple $100 put up, so just in case I need it. So, it's okay that it's okay that you're learning, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a part of the process. Okay, don't beat yourself up because you're in the learning stage, because you're a beginner. You don't go from beginner to intermediate overnight. But between beginner and intermediate, it might take years. You know what I'm saying? It took me years. I'm just saying, some stuff you learn quicker than other things. But also, when you are talking and when you are opening up, you need to make sure that you are in a safe space physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that when you do open up, you've already prepared yourself mentally for, if their reaction is good or bad, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? What you perceive as good or bad. Long as in your mind, you need to, whatever reaction they have, in my heart and in my soul, it feels right for me because I communicated, what I needed to communicate. I did what I needed to do for me. So it's just all in your perspective and how you look at it. Your perception is key in this situation, especially if you're someone who has never been able to express themselves emotionally. I was there, so I know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Because you love somebody, you don't want to hurt somebody, you want to care. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to care about and I ain't never cared about what nobody thought, but I would try to make people comfortable. Okay? But now, if me being comfortable makes you uncomfortable, you gonna sit in that uncomfortability, because I will never again make myself uncomfortable for the comfort of somebody else. That's just me. All right? But that's something that you need to learn. Be comfortable. Get used to being comfortable with making people uncomfortable if it makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Not saying like be mean to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if it brings you peace, if it brings you peace, and you gotta be, and someone else gotta be uncomfortable for you to be at peace, choose your peace every time. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Choose your peace. Fear loneliness. Okay? So you stay in bad relationships because you are lonely. Be okay being with yourself. Okay, now this is another thing that I had to learn. And this is something that I learned. This was why I would go from one relationship to another without healing. Okay, because I did not want to be alone. Okay, but, and I'm going to say this real loud and very clear. When I left, not the last person that I was with, but the person before that, my youngest son's sperm donor. When I left him, I left mentally and emotionally. I had checked out months before I physically left. Okay. I noticed that when he was gone, I would be more at peace. I would be more happy. I stopped calling so much. I stopped caring, giving a fuck about what he was doing, because I was making a plan to get the fuck on somewhere. All right. But I wasn't afraid to be lonely anymore. He taught me a lot more things too. But one of the things that he taught me was that, if I'm going to be the masculine and feminine in the relationship, I might as well be by myself. So if you got to do everything, you got to provide, you got to protect, you're not at peace, motherfucker ain't never home, you know what I'm saying? There's something out there that they chasing, okay? Because a man that loves a woman wants to be up under that woman, okay? Not all the time, but majority of the time that he's going to want to be up under you. And he's going to want to include you. He's not going to want to insult you. He's going to want to, he emotionally supports you. Like, I've had a lot of relationships where I wasn't emotionally supported. And that's one of the things that I had to learn the hard way, that's something that I need. Because who wants to be with someone who every time you try to come to them with something that's bothering you, they start pointing the finger and they start manipulating the situation, and then they turn it into something that it's not, and it just go all the way. That's an emotionally unstable, emotionally immature person. Okay, he was very emotionally unstable, very emotionally immature, but he had a lot of childhood trauma that he didn't want to face. Okay, and another thing that I used to do, I would be trying to goddamn build niggas up. You know what I'm saying? I always was the breadwinner in my relationships. Like, I always got money. I ain't never been no bum ass bitch. I ain't never been no none of that. Like, I'm a hustler. Like, I go get my money. You feel me? Like, money. Give me some money. But but I go work for it. But I was always the breadwinner in my relationships. But and I'm only speaking from experience, y'all. That relationship taught me that, it's okay to be alone. And when I left him, like I said, I had checked out. It was a time that we had, that one time we had sex, and we had sex maybe like 2 or 3 other times after that. But at one time where I was like, yeah, I'm not here anymore. Like, we were having sex, and I just wasn't there. I just wasn't there. I was just laying there like, are you finished? You know what I'm saying? And he could feel that. And so he was trying his hardest to bring me back. But like I said, by then I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done tried to talk to you. I done tried to show you. I done tried. And you just kept slapping me in the face every time I tried. So now I ain't trying no more, and I don't give a fuck. But, when I started, being alone, it was hard at first, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't have to worry about nobody cheating on me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to worry about nobody manipulating me, using me. I was finding peace. I began to find my peace, and I began to find myself too. So most people who have been through their healing journeys, everyone who has been through their healing journey, it took for them to get by themselves. Okay, because you can't heal with the noise. You can't heal with distractions. And this is coming from experience and from a healer. I'm a healer, and this is what I do. I used to be afraid to be alone, but now I love my alone time. Like, I be mad when I can't get no time to myself now. I be with the kids all the time, and I need 10 minutes. If it ain't nothing but 10 minutes, I'll leave the house. If I don't do nothing but go to the grocery store and come back, I need some time with Dasha, because that is very important for me. I love my alone time, okay? I love it. Don't call me, don't talk to me. Like, if I'm at the grocery store and the kids call me and tell me, oh, get this, why the fuck is you calling me? Like, don't call me, because this is my time. But now, I love my alone time because, I face my fear, okay? And this video is getting long too, but hard to get. Okay, you are missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. All right, so don't be so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, open up and let somebody in. Yes, love is scary. Yes, you've been hurt. We all have. But if you continue to use that mindset and stay in that perspective, you won't know what's out there. Okay, I feel like I'm talking to me a little bit. Give someone a chance. But right now, I'm focused on my money and my goals. So I ain't thinking about no niggas, so I ain't even out there. But, if an opportunity presents itself and it seems like it is an opportunity to where, it's worth my time and my energy, because I can smell a fucking red flag. You know what I'm saying? If my antenna don't go up, I'll give you a chance. You know what I'm saying? And you got a 3 days to pass, to get past those 3 days. Since my ex, I ain't had nobody to make it past them 3 days yet. You know what I'm saying? But stop playing so hard to give somebody a chance. Dude, you got to get out of here with that noise. Get out of here with that noise. Get out. Give me that phone. I said I'm recording. And you keep coming in here with this goddamn shit in my background. Yeah. Get on. Go in the room. Soulmate only. Okay, you have many soulmates who would be great for you. All right? There's not just one. Okay, so there you got options. Okay? My advice is to trial them out. You don't have to be intimate with them, talk, go on, date all of them and see which one you like the best, and then take your pick from there. Okay, so don't be stuck. You keep yourself stuck when you think like this. Okay, there are a few people that would be great for you. There is one person that would be the best option, but there are other people that you're compatible with that it would work. Okay, so take a chance and explore your options. All right, that was another session for y'all. Let's wrap it up. I really appreciate you stopping by. Let me know what you think about this situation. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on them notifications. Okay, we out.